So today we are sitting in almost 70% of the Gaza Strip and choking Hamas, and we eliminated one of the last architects of the massacre, Sadin al-Haddad. He was now managing, basically he was their chief. Do you know what they did after we eliminated him? What did they do?
Zero.
Not a rocket, not a missile, not a single bullet. True, Hamas is still there. We will deal with that too.
But it is a bit more than just leaving Gaza. So people who told us to settle for zero come today and tell us, but you did not achieve 100%. You only achieved 90% or 80%, zero.
And what would have happened if I had taken that advice?
We would have ended up still with Hani, with Daif, with Sinwar, and of course, we would not have moved on to Lebanon, not with the pagers and not with the elimination. They had a rocket arsenal of 150,000 rockets and missiles. 150, the largest concentration of rockets and missiles on Earth.
Aimed at our cities, aimed at this place, not just the north.
And today they are left with 8%. Still a lot, still work to be done. But if I had listened to the advice of those telling us we didn't achieve 100% of our goals, we would have gotten that 100% along with Nasrallah and their entire command staff and so on. No, I was not willing to accept that. So we entered Lebanon and eliminated Nasrallah and eliminated his entire command staff and eliminated a great many terrorists, close to 10,000. When I say we eliminated, I want you to know this is the government's policy. This is the calculated and determined policy of myself and my colleagues. But it is also our fighters, our commanders. Without them, it would not be done. And it is also thanks to you in standing in the resilience. So now they come and lecture us, but there is still Hezbollah in Lebanon. That is true, only there is something else there now. There is a security zone there today that does not allow Hezbollah, its remnants, to invade the Galilee, because that was the plan. And we are destroying all of this underground infrastructure. I was there, I was in southern Lebanon, I saw it. It is unbelievable, it is simply different. And we have more work to do, mainly on what I call the Manhattan Project. We will be the first in the world to solve the drone threat. It is a global problem, but we are solving it. But you have not solved 100% true. But we are on our way. And if we had followed your proposal to stop in Rafah, we would have received nothing, zero. Zilch. I do not know how many languages are spoken here. Zero. It was not us. And then we continue. Syria and here too, they told us not to enter. It is not wise. It is not based on anything. But we went in with full force. And we also saved our Druze brothers. I salute them. We will protect our Druze brothers. We will not abandon them. We have protected and we will protect, and then we did.
We did what no one believed we would do. Then we did what no one believed we would do.
Because throughout the years, I have dedicated most of my adult life to preventing Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. I saw this as a threat to our existence. I do not want to cut short the thousands of years of existence of the Jewish people by letting these ayatollahs get nuclear weapons, and that is why I dedicated most of my adult life to this, also as Prime Minister, and we took actions mainly with the Mossad, all sorts of operations inside Iran, but they talked about military action in Iran. You must not do it. Eliminating the leadership of Iran. No, come on, that is not it. So I did not listen to them.
And I was involved.
The roar, or rather the people of my dog, I chose that name for it. The people of my dog will rise, yes, because we have a nation of lions and an army of lions. And I told them to go in. We will go in with full force. I also told President Trump, Two presidents. Biden, first of all, when they told me don't go into Rafah, do you know why they said don't go into Rafah?
Because the President of the United States says he will stop the weapons.
I said I respect him very much. He also came here at the beginning of the war, but we have no choice. We will enter. And if necessary, we will fight with our fingernails, because there are moments when you must know how to tell even the President of the United States what we stand for. When I came to President Trump, before my people, I told him we are going to Iran because I am now waiting for those who oppress us and declare repeatedly that they want to destroy us, and you too. By the way, I said, but us first. I will not let that happen, and that is why we are acting. I did not ask for permission. I simply announced our plan. Fortunately, he also joined to work in a very important operation. But this said it is impossible not to do it, not to get involved, because Iran will come and destroy our cities and destroy our citizens, and thousands, if not tens of thousands, will die. So those same people
that told us not to enter Gaza.
Do not enter Rafah, do not enter Lebanon, do not enter Syria, do not enter Iran. For heaven's sake, do not attack. Do not destroy their leadership. Today they come and tell us, but you did not finish the job. They wanted zero.
They come and tell us, you did not achieve 100%. You achieved 80 or 90%. There is more work to do. It is not over.
That is true, but who will do it?
If you do not have the true leadership,
Not from
that they put in talking points. Yes, from all sorts of advertising agencies. When you are being tested in a place, just as our commanders are tested in the field. So the only result that speaks is the result, and the result is immense. There is still work to do in Gaza and in Lebanon and against Iran. But I want to tell you two things.
As long as I am Prime Minister, Iran will not have nuclear weapons. And another thing, as long as I am Prime Minister, we will maintain the security zone in southern Lebanon.
As much as it is required, we will maintain the security of North. And together we have also done much for prosperity. I said security is the first pillar. I elaborated a bit on that. Do you know why? Because we have no existence without security. And security is bought with brave decisions and brave commanders and soldiers. And we have that in abundance. But let us understand that this must continue. And we can also achieve great things in the diplomatic field precisely because of the strength we have shown. But I also spoke about prosperity in this regard. We have advanced development, growth, and reconstruction plans together with youth on an unprecedented scale. We have done this. It was difficult. Hello, Drorit, the CEO. Please stand up for a moment.
Wow, you really deserve it.
Drorit Steinmetz is the CEO for all of you. You know her from the Prime Minister's office, and she also worked with the CEOs of other ministries. And she worked with you, and tremendous work was done here together. I want us to understand the scale of the investments involved. To strengthen the South, we have allocated about 23 billion shekels just in the last year, rehabilitating the Gaza envelope, developing the Western Negev, establishing Be'er Sheva's status as a growing metropolis, building infrastructure, creating employment opportunities, expanding healthcare services, fostering innovation, and most importantly, we are seeing the results with our own eyes. Because the South is not just recovering, it is flourishing. In the Western Negev, including the Gaza envelope, there is record demand for housing. The veteran residents are returning.
new residents are joining.
Communities are growing again. This is the true victory, not just to rebuild what was destroyed, but to create a better reality. So in the South, we receive proof of what can be achieved when the government and local authorities work together toward a shared vision.
What we did in the South will also be done in the North. And we recently approved a series of government decisions for the North totaling 29 billion shekels. This includes rehabilitating frontline communities, expanding settlement in the Galilee and the Golan Heights, culture, health, education, employment, transportation, and other points. Kiryat Shmona University, a train to Kiryat Shmona.
They used to mock it, and not anymore. After the infrastructure revolution, I had the great privilege to lead. You know why? Because when I was a soldier, part of my service in Sayeret Matkal, I had to operate in Syria. Sorry, in the Golan, that is also Syria, and you have to get there.
And we would drive on the Beit Lid road, a narrow road, but when we reached Wadi Ara, we would get stuck in convoys. It would take hours upon hours upon hours to get there. And when we would go down to the Suez Canal, the same thing would happen. You would drive on some crummy road, more or less until Kiryat Gat, and then you would get stuck. Not to Kiryat Gat, excuse me, to Kiryat Malachi. And I asked why? Why is it like this? And the moment I had the opportunity as Prime Minister, I said, we will simply network the country with highways, interchanges, tunnels, and trains, and it is happening in practice, and Kiryat Shmona is part of it. This is the conclusion of it. And Eilat. Expanding Highway 6 to the north, strengthening the core cities in the Galilee, and additional plans that will bolster the north for many years to come. And I repeat and say again, my promise to the residents of the north and to you, the heads of the authorities, is clear.
Just as we brought revival to the South, so we will bring a momentum to the north, and everyone who did not believe then.
Zilio was about that this is what would happen in the South, and now we see it. The data shows it. The greatest growth momentum in the country right now is in that same phase. It is an amazing thing. What does not amaze me, it does not surprise me, because that was the plan. That is what will happen in the North as well. And just as the South attracts new families, investments, and demand today, so it will be in the North. We are not settling for just bringing residents back home. We are investing a great effort to bring in new populations, to deploy new infrastructure, and to develop new growth engines for housing, for employment, and for all of life's needs. And I want to say something. Between the North and the South, there are many more municipalities represented here. So, my friends, heads of municipalities in other parts of the country, we are advancing significant measures for you as well. We have removed barriers for about 850,000 housing units. That is almost 1 million housing units. We have signed umbrella agreements for about 200,000 additional housing units and made a historic decision to establish 2 new international airports. We are taking action. We have a field in the South. It cannot be solved. You cannot build in the South. You have the Air Force Base here and opposition there. And they do not want it from here and they do not want it from there. I said, bring me a map. I look at the map. I say, well, what about this place? Prime Minister, that is close to Gaza. I say, there is no Gaza. They aren't firing a bullet at us. And if they do, there won't be anyone left. There won't be anyone left anyway. So what about Ziklag? Okay, so we are now building the southern airport in Ziklag, and the northern one will be built as well. We do not give spins. We pass, we budget, we develop, we build, together with you.
And this is, of course, also to strengthen. We are also strengthening Jerusalem and its surroundings, the Gush Dan and Sharon regions, Judea and Samaria, and the eastern spine of the country. I was there throughout we will also close this border. Just as I led the closing of the border with Egypt, and then the border in Lebanon, and then in the Golan Heights, we are doing all of this. And there are other areas that you know very well. You are also part of this. All the future technologies, artificial intelligence, quantum, and all the other things we are working on. I just visited a school in Male Adumim. It is simply a pleasure to see these cute boys and girls, how they are already working with artificial intelligence, more or less like the children, your grandchildren and children work with. The little ones are already working with the cell phones. That is how they are already working in the next generation, in the coming generations. We established the National Artificial Intelligence Directorate in the Prime Minister's office. I appointed a top-tier professional to head it, Brigadier General in Reserves, Erez Eshel. And this directorate works with all the giants. It is not for nothing that they come here. It is not for nothing that NVIDIA comes here. NVIDIA. Did you hear? A small company, but it is coming to Israel.
Oh, the whole world is chasing after them, and our economy is leaping forward, and no one understands how. How is that? How is Israel's economy? How is the shekel? Yes, almost reaching an all-time high against the dollar. How? Because we are doing the right things. We opened up our economy. We turned it into a free economy.
We are sharing this endeavor with you, and the combination of government policy, the economy, the private sector, and the genius of our citizens is turning Israel into a great power. We still have challenges. I spoke about security challenges. We also have challenges regarding the campaign of delegitimization against us in the world, and we will address that as well. This is the eighth front. I do not intend to neglect it. I intend to act on it. So the achievements are immense. Do you know what the greatest achievement is? But the greatest achievement for all.
The zero people who talk about the 100%. Do you know what the greatest achievement of this war is?
The greatest achievement is that if we had not acted in the White Valley and later in Roar of the Lion, Iran would already have atomic bombs to destroy us, and we pushed that away. We pushed away the immediate threat. We pushed away the immediate threat of thousands upon thousands of ballistic missiles. I see people sitting quietly in the back. Wait, what? Are we not going to applaud this? Of course, this is our existence. This is our heroism. It is the simple principle I stand by. If someone comes to kill you, rise up and kill him first. Do not let him kill you. Strike first.
That is our true policy.
And we must continue with it because history does not stop. The challenges will not cease, and we must stand firm internationally and also work with our great friend, the United States. I forgot to tell you, we also added 350 billion shekels to the defense budget over the next decade. An addition. Why? Because I want an independent state of Israel. Because I want an independent underground weapons industry as much as possible. And I will also expand our alliances. We will maintain existing alliances and we will expand them. But first and foremost, we must be independent, and that is the simple vision. I just met soldiers in Gush Etzion, reservists doing a paratrooper course. It is simply amazing to see them, amazing to see, to hear their spirit. They say, do not listen to the channels, do not listen to this industry of despair. We are driven. They come from all over the country, driven by the willingness to fight and to keep fighting for our country. And one of them asked me, Prime Minister, what do you say in 30 years? Yes, I told him, no one here is a prophet. But in the life of nations, what determines things is strength. If you are strong, they will come to you. They will form alliances with you. They will make normalization agreements with you. And they will make peace agreements with you. And if you are weak, first and foremost in this region, your fate is sealed, especially when they declare that this is what they want to do to us. In 30 years, in 5 years, and in 10 years, I see an Israel stronger than ever, capable of defending itself, protecting its citizens, and striking its enemies. If someone comes to kill you, rise up and kill him first. And we will be very, very, very strong in the central government, in the local government, in the Israel Defense Forces, and in all of our security branches. The people of Israel live, and the eternity of Israel will not lie. Thank you very much.